Now, according to Zenobia Simelane, the head of school at the Media City Academy, artificial intelligence is revolutionizing creativity in film and TV production, presenting opportunities for young African storytellers. Now, the technology offers a new range of creation that interprets, predicts, and generates content. However, the challenge lies in harnessing AI's potential while preserving the human touch that brings stories to life. Zenobia is in studio with us to talk a little bit more about this. You know, Zenobia, it's a very interesting conversation. One would say almost scary in a way, because we are on the cusp of amazing things. I mean, it's happening as we speak right now, but I think at the heart of it all is people don't want to be losing their jobs. And they're hoping this will enhance it as opposed to replace it. Talk to me about that.
I do believe that AI offers a unique opportunity for African storytellers because it creates new jobs. It amplifies the jobs we already have.
Yeah.
We've been engaging with AI since the dawn of the computer age. AI has been with us. We've only just given it a name. If you're computer literate, or you've grown up with computers, or you have a cell phone device, you're inevitably using AI in various ways. What AI can't do is replace who we are as humanity. It can't humanize creativity. And so the fear isn't about replacing jobs, it's jobs are changing, and we need to instill in our young people a way of changing with those jobs and using AI for that.
And it's so true, because I was actually talking to an IT specialist at one of these conferences I was at, and I said to them, if you had to advise the youth of today what to study, you know, obviously IT is the buzzword and all of that, what should they do? His answer to me was, don't worry about IT, it's sorted. Find your passion and see how you can use IT to enhance that passion. And that made me really think about that. So that's obviously what you're saying as well.
Yes.
Use what we have and use it to enhance what you love.
Exactly, and what we're saying is that actually what we need to do is create opportunities for young people to engage in critical thinking, in culture connections, in community connections, and to learn to do research and think about who they are and where they are positioned in the world, over and above wanting to connect with AI, because that will come. When you give a young child a cell phone, they quickly figure out how to use it. So AI is not something to be feared, and it should be something that we naturally introduce into the space. But our creativity cannot be replaced. We can't replace who we are as human beings. Those other jobs will come, and we will create them as we go. Just like we created IT and developed IT to answer our needs as human beings, we will develop AI to answer our needs.
So we talk about African storytelling at the center of all of it, and that's where we need to see a lot of this happening. So perhaps let's talk to the opportunities that are available for African filmmakers. How do we tap into this? How do writers use this to access new markets, audiences, and perhaps more innovative ways of telling our stories?
Africa is in the unique position where we see it as a disadvantage, but I see it as an advantage, where we didn't grow up in the Hollywood system. We didn't grow up in where the rest of the world is what is considered first world. So we are forced to tell our stories the way that we want to tell our stories at our own pace with what is available. And that's an excellent thing for us, because it means that we don't have to take the same steps as the rest of the world and hope that we'll get accepted into it. We can just jump. And because we're already the underdog, we have a very good chance at success, because we can just jump in and do it. AI helps us, in a sense, fast track that, because we don't know what we don't know. And by not knowing what we don't know, we can test the market. We can tell our stories authentically from within outward. And AI just assists that. It makes it cheaper, faster, quicker, without losing the heart of who we are.
Yeah, indeed. And I've often said it, I mean, and we'll keep on emphasizing, AI is not here to replace humans. It is here to enhance us and make us more efficient. Now, I love what you're saying, because these are areas that are untapped, and we can use them. However, we need the skills, because you speak to a lot of people. I mean, that's the problem, is that unfortunately it's access to information that we have a huge problem with on the continent. And let's just focus here in South Africa, is that, I mean, you go out further than the cities and people don't know what you're talking about, and that's a problem. So how do we make it more accessible and teach people the skills that they need to use what we're speaking about?
What we do one of the things that we do at Media City is place young people in a working studio space where they have constant access, and it's short. So it's a 1-year intensive work integrated program where young people come in and they're already embedded in creating stories alongside working professionals. With a 46% unemployment rate in South Africa, we need to fast track how quickly we teach and how in depth we teach. So we need to assume that young people can. Because I think what the mistake we often make is we assume that we need to show them all the time, or that they can't, or that it's going to take a little bit longer for them to grasp the most basics. That's not true. I think that the assumption that people can, and meeting them where they're at, will automatically catapult them into a space where they will learn. We assume that when you go beyond the cities, people don't know what you're talking about, because that is what we're raised to assume, right? But I do believe that when you put people and you immerse them immediately in the moment and in the space where they can learn quickly and fast, they will.
Yes.
We need to adapt our learning styles to what is needed in the market. And that's what I believe the future of both learning and experiencing and using technology is for us.
So before I let you go, and one of the things I think is quite important is a lot of people talk and worry about copyright ownership, attribution when it comes to using these AI tools. And, some of the risk scenarios that we can warn creators about. Is there anything that we need to worry about?
Yes.
There's a lot, I suppose, we need to worry about. What am I talking about?
There is a lot for us to worry about, but that's also the solution to the problem. We're saying that we're concerned about losing jobs, but those are the jobs that we should be creating. We should be creating the ethics around using AI. And who other than human beings to do that? We should be creating the framework that we use to use AI within. We should be creating the space for people to create how do we use AI ethically and use it for the benefit of all, and retain our creative autonomy within that space. And those are jobs that don't exist but need to exist.
Exactly. So find your passion, learn about it, and use it to enhance the world we're living in. That is what we need to know. Thank you. I think it's an important conversation. We need to have more about it, even maybe visit and see what we mean by what it is that you're actually doing at the media school, and that people can actually get involved in and find new skills. Zenobia, thank you. Thanks for visiting us here on the program. Zenobia Simelane is the head of school at Media City Academy, and we're speaking about how AI is revolutionizing creativity in film and TV production. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you after this.